So today we've just got the new Google Pixel 5 5G. We're going to be doing an unboxing and in-depth review of this device, showing you all of the greatest features and specs. Stick around for some great camera and video demonstrations to help you decide if this phone is for you. We've got here the just black version, but it also comes in a light green color they call Sorta Sage. Look at that. That's a beautiful phone, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, that texture feels nice. So it's got a metal back made of 100% recycled aluminum. It's got somewhat of a smooth yet slightly grippy soft plastic coating on it. Feels pretty nice. So this year they opted out of a telephoto lens and replaced it with a wide angle lens, which honestly, we're in tight spaces a lot. Wide angle just gives you a lot more options. We'll get back to you in a second after we see what else is in the box. Got some paperwork here. You got your SIM card tool there on the back. Your 18-watt wall charger, which is actually on the lower end of charging speeds right now. You've got your USB-C to USB-C charging cable, as well as a USB-A to USB Type-C adapter, which will help you connect to your old device to transfer everything to this phone. Now this is actually my favorite part of unboxing videos. Removing the plastic on that front screen, revealing the never been touched before front display. Look at that. That is a sleek looking phone. On the side we've got a glossy chrome-like material for the power button and the same material as the body for the volume rocker button. On the bottom you've got your speaker and microphone and your charge port. Alright, so let's start this guy up and get everything set up. You can see it's got very thin symmetrical bezels all the way around. Looks really nice. And only a tiny little pinhole camera which you barely even notice. Start. Connect to mobile network. Connect to Wi-Fi. I'm loving these simple animations. Copy apps and data. Don't copy. Add a phone number. Set screen lock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unlock with Pixel Imprint. Next. Touch the sensor. This is a cool part right here. So it's got a fingerprint sensor on the back, which honestly is a super convenient spot. This feels really good in my hands, and my pointer finger actually naturally fits right there in the center. Alright, so let's get this set up, see how easy it is. Touch the sensor, lift and touch again. Boom, boom, boom. Fingerprint added. Wow, that was pretty easy. Continue setup. Access your assistant with voice match. Agree. Okay, Google. Hey Google, voice match is ready. Pay faster with your phone. I'll set that up later. Anything else? Nope. Get more tips and tricks. No thanks. Save battery with dark theme. Keep your battery alive longer with a dark background. I actually prefer dark mode. Swipe up from the bottom of your screen. This gesture always takes you to the home screen. Switch apps. Swipe up from the bottom of your screen, hold, and then release. To go back to the last screen, swipe towards the middle from the left or right edge. Ask your Google Assistant. Swipe up from either bottom corner of your screen. You can start talking when the assistant glows. Alright, you're ready to start using your phone. Swipe up to get started. That is a beautiful display. This is a 6-inch HD OLED display with a refresh rate of 90 Hz. And yeah, moving around it feels super smooth. That feels really smooth. My cameras are shooting at 30 frames per second, so the only real way to appreciate this is to see it in person. Wow, that's super fluid. The overall design of the screen is really well thought out. You can see the notch has been removed and it's been replaced with a tiny little pinhole camera on the left-hand side. The removal of the notch also does remove face unlocking capabilities. I would much rather use this super fast and reliable fingerprint sensor. They call it the Pixel Imprint, which also doubles as a one-handed notification pull down. Above that, you've got your 12 megapixel dual pixel camera and your 16 megapixel ultra wide camera with a 107-degree field of view. There's always been a lot of hype surrounding the Pixel's cameras, and I am super excited to try these out for you, as well as show you that 5-way side-by-side comparison of this phone's camera next to the iPhone 11 Pro Max, the iPhone 12 mini, the iPhone 12 Pro, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Here we've got all 5 in downtown Dallas. You can see when zoomed in how much they differ. The iPhone 12 Pro Max is clearly the winner, followed by the 12 Pro, Mini, Pixel 5, and then the older iPhone 11 Pro Max. In low light, the selfie videos on the less expensive $700 Pixel 5 actually look superior to all of the more expensive iPhones. It looks more crisp and the coloring looks more natural. Here, zoomed into this ball, you can see that the Pixel 5 handles macro shots very poorly compared to the newer iPhones. In this daytime selfie video test though, the Pixel 5 is the winner again, followed by the newer Pro iPhones and then the Mini. Things change dramatically when you're just taking a still photo though. The Pixel 5 is actually the worst for taking selfie photos, with the iPhone Pro and Max looking the best. This hammer video was taken in a very dark garage. The Pro Max is the sharpest, but the Pixel 5 has somehow eliminated all low light grain. Wow, it's got a show dirty lens warning. You can take your photos in RAW. You can record in H.265, which actually I prefer. It gives you smaller file sizes. Here you can also see some of the video stabilization modes that the Pixel is now capable of. You can see you've got standard for light movement. Let's try that out. And that's what that looks like. Locked for far away still shots. Let's do 5x. Well, it's got a weird little delay on it, but I'd say it locks the video pretty nice, especially for 5x. Then we've got active for heavy movement. Let's see if we get a nice smooth movement with that. And then lastly, we have cinematic pan for smooth panning shots, half speed, muted. So let's see how nicely this works. So that's what that looks like. I took a photo sphere option where I take a whole bunch of different pictures in a circle to get a 360 option. Kind of expected a little bit more from a Google device when it comes to stitching photos together. This phone by default adaptively adjusts the frame rate depending on what you're doing on your phone to save on battery. Games look absolutely amazing on this display and take advantage of that 90 Hz refresh rate very nicely. This phone has a super massive 4080 milliamp battery, which is actually larger than last year's 4XL phone, which was a larger phone than this phone. That is pretty impressive. It also supports wireless charging, which is pretty impressive considering this back is made out of metal. So they've got to have some sort of cutout back here that allows for that. It also has reverse wireless charging, which by default is turned off, but if you go into battery, then go down to battery share and turn that on and flip the phone over, you can charge another wireless device. So to demonstrate that, I'm about to do something super inappropriate and have an iPhone touch an Android phone. Look at that, it works. That's pretty cool. Now when it comes to Pixel devices, you know it's going to be heavy on the software features, considering it's made by Google. Some of my favorites I've discovered are the portrait lighting effects like this one, where you can actually move the light around your face, essentially relighting your photo after you take it. It's pretty mind-blowing. It's got something called Call Screen, in which Google Assistant will screen out spam calls. Another cool feature it has is something called Hold For Me, where Google Assistant will stay on hold for you and will alert you when your representative is back on the phone. The sound quality sounds okay. You definitely don't get a great stereo sounding experience with the speaker on the top being underneath the display. Although the way that they figured out how to engineer that to work in the first place is pretty mind-blowing. Measuring the loudness, I got a 97.7 decibel reading at maximum volume, which is not bad. I also can't wait to use this thing as a 5G hotspot. I love that this phone has no bloatware, unlike a lot of Samsung Android apps. It's also got a feature called Live Caption, which transcribes in real time all audio that comes out of your phone. That's pretty awesome. Overall, this is a great phone. It feels great in your hands. It's probably the perfect size phone, honestly, yet it doesn't feel cheap. This is a good quality phone. Would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely. Check out my link in the description if you'd like to purchase one. Guys, please make sure to like and subscribe to be entered in to win my weekly Amazon gift card drawing. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you guys. God bless.